Imagine you've spent years building your life in the US, or perhaps you've been waiting for that green card to start your American dream. You've worked hard, made sacrifices, and it feels like you're almost there. But now, everything is about to change. New policies are coming in 2026 that could completely reshape the way green cards and visas work for you. What does this mean for your future? Stay with me as we dive into what's changing and what you need to know to navigate these changes smoothly. Body of the script. It's no secret that U.S. immigration laws and policies are constantly evolving. For anyone hoping to make the U.S. their permanent home, this can be both exciting and overwhelming. The policies and procedures that affect green cards and visas have been shifting over the years, and now, in 2026, there are some major updates on the horizon that could have a big impact on your application process. Whether you're in the middle of your green card application, thinking about applying for a visa, or just starting your journey to permanent residency in the US, these changes could directly affect you. So, let's break down exactly what's happening and how these changes will affect both people currently in the US and those looking to come here. So, what's actually changing in 2026? First, it's important to understand that these changes are not just small tweaks, they're major shifts in the U.S. immigration system. They will affect how green cards are distributed, the visa application process, and even who gets priority in the system. Let's start with the most significant change: the overhaul of the visa and green card allocation system. In the past, green cards and visas were mainly allocated based on a first-come, first-served system. However, under the new rules, there will be a shift towards prioritizing certain applicants based on specific skills, family connections, and even the impact they can have on the U.S. economy. Priority based on skills. One of the biggest changes is that the U.S. will be placing more emphasis on high-demand skills when allocating green cards and visas. For example, if you're applying for a work-based green card, you may find that your chances of approval could depend more on your skills, education, and the type of job you have, rather than just your place in the queue. This means that applicants in fields like healthcare, technology, engineering, and other areas with a shortage of skilled workers may see a faster process. If you're a software developer, doctor, or engineer, you might be in luck, as your skills are likely to be in high demand. On the flip side, this could mean that applicants with fewer specialized skills or those applying for certain jobs might find it harder to gain approval for a green card or visa. Let's take a look at a concrete example. If you're a highly skilled software developer from India, you may now have a better chance of obtaining a green card in 2026 because the U.S. government will prioritize filling high-demand roles in the technology sector. On the other hand, if you're applying for a job that doesn't require advanced skills or qualifications, like a restaurant worker or housekeeper, the process might take longer. New point-based system. Now, let's talk about something that's going to change the game for a lot of people: the introduction of a point-based system. Starting in 2026, the U.S. government will implement a point-based system for many types of visa and green card applications. This system will assess your eligibility based on factors like your education level, work experience, age, English proficiency, and even your family ties in the U.S. This new system will be similar to immigration systems in countries like Canada or Australia, where you earn points for each of these factors. For example, if you're in your early 30s, have a high level of education, and speak fluent English, you'll score higher in the system. If you have close family members who are U.S. citizens or permanent residents, you may also earn additional points. The idea behind this point-based system is to prioritize applicants who can contribute to the U.S. economy and society in meaningful ways. However, it's not all about points. If your score is high enough, you may be eligible for a green card or visa more quickly. But if your score is lower, it could mean a longer wait or even a denial of your application. This is particularly important for those who are not applying under family-based or employment-based categories, as the point-based system could offer a new path for them to gain entry to the U.S. Let's go through a quick example. Let's say you're applying for an H-1B work visa. Under the current system, it's a lottery, meaning it's based on chance. But under the new point system, if you have a master's degree or higher, speak fluent English, and have a job offer from a U.S. company, you'll earn a significant number of points, making your application more competitive. Family-based applications. Another big change in 2026 will be how family-based green card applications are handled. Right now, the system prioritizes immediate family members, like spouses, children, and parents of U.S. citizens. While this will remain largely the same, some changes are being made to speed up the process for certain applicants. For example, if you're a spouse of a U.S. citizen, the wait time for your green card may decrease, thanks to new rules aimed at eliminating backlogs. However, if you're applying for a green card as a sibling or adult child of a U.S. citizen, the process may take longer due to the introduction of caps on the number of green cards issued in certain family categories. Additionally, the new point-based system will also come into play for some family-based applications. If you're applying through a family member and you have high levels of education, work experience, or English proficiency, you may get points that help expedite your application. Changes to temporary visas. In addition to green cards, temporary visas are also undergoing changes in 2026. One of the major updates is the introduction of a new type of visa that allows individuals to enter the U.S. for a specific purpose, like studying, working, or seeking medical treatment, without the same long-term commitment of a traditional visa. For example, if you're a student coming to the U.S. for a specific course of study, you might be able to apply for this new temporary visa, which would allow you to stay in the country for the duration of your program without worrying about extending your visa every year. Another major update concerns the H-1B visa program, which is used for high-skilled workers. The application process will now be streamlined, making it easier for companies to hire workers from abroad. However, the number of H-1B visas issued each year will be capped, so you may need to have a high skill set or specialized experience to be eligible. Refugee and asylum cases. Changes are also coming for asylum seekers and refugees. Under the new policies, the application process for refugees will be faster, but there will be stricter screening measures in place. If you are seeking asylum, you will need to prove your case much more clearly than before. The government is focusing on making sure that refugees entering the U.S. are truly fleeing dangerous situations and that the system is not being abused. This means that asylum seekers will need to provide more evidence of their circumstances, and the process of proving asylum will be more transparent, with clear deadlines and stricter timelines. What do all these changes mean for you? By now, you can probably see that these changes are going to have a big impact on a wide variety of people applying for green cards and visas. But what does this mean for you specifically? Let's look at a few examples. If you've already started your green card application, these changes could either speed up the process or cause some delays, depending on your specific situation. If you're applying for a green card through family or employment, you'll want to stay informed about how these changes may affect your application, particularly the new point-based system and changes to priority dates. For those of you considering applying for a visa or green card in the future, now is the time to start planning. You'll want to get your documentation in order, improve your skills, and make sure your application is as strong as possible to maximize your chances of success. In all cases, it's essential to stay informed and be ready to adjust to these changes. Immigration law is complicated, and there's no one-size-fits-all answer. If you're unsure about how these changes affect your specific case, it's a great idea to consult with an immigration attorney who can help guide you through this complex process. Wrapping up, to recap, the green card and visa changes coming in 2026 are big, from skill-based priorities to a new point-based system, to changes in family-based and temporary visa applications. The way the U.S. handles immigration is about to change dramatically. These shifts could either speed up or slow down your path to a green card or visa, depending on your situation. But one thing is for sure, it's crucial to stay informed, stay prepared, and consult with professionals to make sure you're navigating these changes as smoothly as possible. Before we end, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more updates on immigration news, legal tips, and the latest changes that could affect your future in the U.S. Stay informed, stay ahead, and take control of your immigration journey. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you